Hi, welcome to my video. I'm Jennifer Roberts. You're catching me on my YouTube channel, True Divine 44. You can also get me on my Facebook page, True Divine 44, and it is the True Divine for both Instagram and Twitter. Any likes, shares, subscribes, comments are greatly appreciated, and much love to everybody who's doing that. It's going really well. I really appreciate you all. And I like putting this stuff out for you to pay that back, pay that forward. So this is part of the free content that I put out on a daily basis. I was off yesterday because I had to get other things done, but it's more often than not every day, and it gives you an insight to the energies that you might feel within you, around you, within others, and helps you navigate your day in the best way. Make the most of your day in however you can, with this foresight maybe, or with this afterthought indeed, where you contemplate the day that's been and make sense of it more because you've got this information. And so it is general. Take what resonates and leave what does not. Of course, it is general because it's trying to meet the needs of many. So just take what resonates and what doesn't. It may crop up that these energies make sense to you on a different day, but you've got that advice within you so you can use it for your best benefit, which is exactly what I want to happen. So this is for the 11th of October 2020. We're in October. The separation is very apparent. The separation of frequencies of different people who've chosen their frequency, chosen their lane, and that's okay. That was going to happen. There's lots going on, lots of moving parts, lots of Saturn-like energies that have been in power for too long, trying to cling on to that power, and we're seeing that on the collective stage. So we need to just stay balanced, stay in our center point, because right now there are fantastic things that I can't talk about yet, but will be in the future, that are happening, that are sneaking in under the radar to be good for the collective, using this opportunity as while everyone's distracted to bring in things that are good, which is exactly what came up in readings weeks and weeks ago, which is awesome news. So I'm doing the Oracle card again, and people seem to like it. It's the number 54, and it is the Sweat Lodge. And you can see here, it's depicted that there's this mound with this bright light, this opening, and a person going into that opening. And so the Sweat Lodge is, it's the mother. It's the call from the mother. It's the womb. It's the womb of Mother Earth calling you in. It's a place where you're always welcome. It's a place where you, a lot of people have been frightened into going to, because it is that dark place. It's that darkness, that blackness, and people often have been trained to be associated in that with bad things that you should fear. And so this represents the dark places of ourselves that we've been so indoctrinated and trained into not looking at, to just keep on externalizing. And it couldn't be more opposite, in that this womb is the most inviting place for you, because only a mother can guide you through with the love and compassion that this great Mother Earth can do. Only a mother can do that in the toughest times, in the places that you fear most within self. Only a mother's womb can give that to you. And the gift here is that even if your mother is not here with us in this reality, of course, they're always with you. Or if you had a mother that was a bit detached or even abusive, and even if you are lucky and have got a mother that is supportive and here with you in this experience in the physical still, the gift is that this mother, regardless of what you have and haven't got, as in a mother energy, is that this is always here for you. This huge expansive womb that is willing to take you into the Sweat Lodge, that is willing to be there with you through the whole process, that you're never actually alone. So this invites you to go back to Earth, to go back to the alchemy of Earth, the grounding energy that Earth can have, the transmuting power that energy can have. So picture yourself here going into this Sweat Lodge, which represents the dark black womb. Picture yourself being safe in that place, that whatever dark things, the darkest corners of self crop up, all of the pain, all of the wounds, all of the limitations can be looked at here, and they can be looked at in safety. You don't even need any other person in the 3D to be there to hold your hand, because the mother is there around you. So I invite you to do this in your life however you can today, to go into the dark place. Darken your room. If you're lucky enough to live near caves, go in that cave in a dark, obviously make sure it's safe. Go in that dark place. It's a desensitization in that it takes away all of the external forces that are to distract you, worry you. It gives you that blackness, that darkness. And at first you might feel fear walking into that dark place, whatever it might be, whether it's a darkened room, a cave, a tunnel, whatever. At first you might feel fear. You might feel that you're going into a place where your senses can't be what they usually are, because you can't see very clearly in that dark place. You can't feel very clearly where you are, what direction you need to go in that dark place. And that's exactly what is needed here. You are safe to do this. Going through labor, and I spoke about Ethan a couple of days ago, my little boy who transitioned out of the physical reality after his birth. Going through labor was a gift to me, because I'd always been, forced to have cesareans because of medical problems that I was born with. And because Ethan was so tiny, I was allowed, after begging, to give birth naturally. And it was the first time I'd been able to feel, although I'd been in slow labor with all of my children leading up to early cesareans, it was the first time I'd been able to feel what the body does in pregnancy. I'd seen it, especially when I was doing my midwifery placement that was included in the adult nursing degree. But to experience it, my body started to shake from head to toe. And it was the adrenaline. And at first there was that slight looking at the midwife and saying, "What's happening? What's wrong with the baby?" And she was, "Nothing's wrong with the baby. It's just your body. It's your adrenaline kicking in. Your adrenaline is feeling that pain. It's feeling the contraction. It's feeling the induced labor. The medication start. Your body is shaking it out." I understood that from the spiritual guidance work that I do and the energy work that I do and the nursing that I did. And so I was able to, for a few seconds, panic a little bit and then talk to myself and say, just go into it. Go into that pain. Go into that tunnel. And that tunnel was dark, because I knew I wasn't going to experience being a mother as I had with Abigail. I knew I wasn't going to be able to put baby grows on and do breastfeed and do all of the things that I know how to do. So that was decapitating, intense fear, because I knew what was coming. And so I knew then I needed to just breathe into it and be enveloped by that pain, be enveloped by that fear, go deep into it and become one with it. And once I got past that barrier point, once I was able to see that, do what I know how to do, and be enveloped by the moment, by the present moment, to stop looking forward as to what wasn't going to be and what was going to be, to just be enveloped by that present moment, by that pain. At that point, the mother in me, the energy of the mother all around me, was able to breathe it in, actually start to like that pain, because it was the biggest thing that I could do for this baby, for Ethan, to not scream out in pain no matter what contraction came, to be at peace and be at calm within that storm that was happening in my body, that contraction, that deep physical and emotional pain. And so I invite you to go into that womb, no matter what fear you are hiding within you, no matter what fear that has been paralyzing you for so long. I invite you to go past that barrier right now. And if you want to put this video on and listen to my voice, I guide you into that right now. I want you to breathe in through your nose deeply so that you're filling up the pockets in the base of your spine. I want you to exhale wholly and slowly, and do that 3 times. And then circulate that breath. You know, it makes your brain step away because your brain has to think about it. Then I want you to go to breathe into your mouth, deeply filling up those pockets in the base of your spine. And then I want you to breathe out, exhale through your nose. So you're creating a circuit of breath. So 3 times through the nose and out through the mouth, 3 times in the mouth and out through the nose. Continue that process 3 times in each round. Feel your body start to relax. Feel your body start to get past that barrier of pain. Feel your body start to step away. At this point, you're in the womb. If you are in a safe place, if you are lying down, start to do what you would call the pant. And real fast and deep and quick, not so deep. You'll start to feel an out-of-body experience. Know that this is okay. Know that you are safe. Know that you are whole, and you are entering through the portal into a safe womb. Now in this place, you will start to feel, again, start to breathe deeply, slowly and normally, in through the nose, out through the mouth, and keep circulating that 3 times each. Now you're in the womb. You're safe. You're only facing the things that have been within you anyway. If you've been able to live with whatever these labels are, whatever these limitations are, whatever these pains are, whatever these abuses are for this long, then you are more than equipped to face them and let them go. Things from your darkest corners will start to creep up. Memories of where those labels, those abuses and pains came in will start to come through. At this point, just continue breathing. Go through that labor process with me. Continue breathing. Let it go. Know that it was not yours to own. The only thing you own from that now are the seeds of potential that you start to see within yourself. That you start to change the perspective of whatever these pains, whatever these abuses, whatever these memories are. You start to see that you are a warrior because you did go through these experiences. Yet you are alive today in this physical reality, listening to me, entering, being in this safe womb, this dark place where you don't need your eyes, you don't even need your ears, you don't even need the physical ability to feel your way. You can just be there. You're in that sensory womb right now, where the senses we use every day and rely upon every day mean nothing, because you're guided and you're safe and you are loved. You are precious to us in this existence. You are precious within this womb. You are not defined by any of these pains. You are not defined by any of these wounds. You are not defined by any of these labels. You are defined by you still being here. You are defined by the fact that you are brave enough and warrior-like enough to face the very thing that everybody else has been so controlled and manipulated to not be able to face. That alone justifies the enormous expansion of you. You are precious to this existence. You are loved and you are safe. Now I want you to start really looking at those potential seeds, at those seeds where they've transmuted from seeds of doubt, seeds of judgment, to seeds of potential. The potential is the expansion of you, of what you can grow from these seeds, of how you can go forward, of how you can really attain, achieve, and be abundant in all areas of your life. Because the realization today is that you are connected to so much more than family members, friends. It does not matter, even if you haven't got them, because you are connected to the cosmos. You are connected to the Mother. Regardless of what you have going on in your physical reality regarding relationships and standing, we're all equal in this womb, and we are loved by this womb. This womb offers renewal, regrowth. This is yours to have, and it's yours to experience today. So I invite you into this womb and see the different perspectives that you come out with. See what kind of mother is born, what kind of father is born when you are birthed out of this dark room that you have entered into with me today. You're a beautiful soul, and I wish you and know for you that success is there in whatever areas you want to be successful in. Healing is there in whatever areas of healing, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual, you need to be healed. You can be whole. And remember that this womb is always here for you. This womb, even if you are on a train, is just a close of the eyes and the hat further down, or the eyes over, or the hand over the eyes. And you're in that womb anytime you need to be. In that sweat lodge where all of the negativity, toxicity, everything is sweated out of you, transmuted out of you. And what's left within you is your pure waters of wholeness, of achievement, of balance and beauty. You are a light, and you're even more of a light for the foundational lessons that you've gone through, and the ability to be able to go into this womb and build them and chisel them into those diamonds that you can stand upon. You are a beautiful light. So come out of that womb, and I just want to say to you guys, I've had a life. I've had a life, and well done for going into that womb. I always get a bit teary when I go in there myself, sweating it out. I'm there with you guys, feeling it with you. And so I always, I've had a life. I've done some things that probably you guys would think, what? Really? Jenny? No. Yeah. I've done some things that, I've rolled with, some would say, the wrong people. I've rolled with many different people from many different walks of life. I've done things to survive. I've had many different work experiences. And it came to a point where I was through a relationship. I allowed myself to be even more conditioned than the churches and family settings had made me. I allowed myself to be so controlled and conditioned and so fearful of what people would think of what I'd had to do to survive. So fearful of the judgment of what people would think of me if they knew some of the things that I'd had to do to survive. And that partner made sure I knew about that on a weekly basis. And it was the prison, that was the mental prison that you get put in. And it came to a point of freedom when I went into this womb. Ethan did that for me. Nobody can make me experience pain and loss like that. Nobody can make me, yes, they can hurt me. Yes, they can, make me feel a bit cross, but nobody can give me that level of pain. So that's another thing that Ethan birthed within me. He birthed a freedom. And it took a while to manifest and mold and, be chiseled. But it came to a point of where I don't care what anybody finds out about me. I don't care what anybody says about me because I know this womb so well. And so whatever anybody throws at me, whatever I even throw at myself, I know that I can go into this womb and I can transmute it into an experience that takes me forward, not holds me back. I can change the way I want to look. I can do different things that I want to do because I'm interested in all sorts. I dance with fire. I love motorbikes. I'll jump on one at the drop of a hat. And this womb is such a gift to me because that's what gave me safety and freedom of that light switch going on and saying, I don't really care. I don't really care what people think. And then it dawned on me that actually I've got to stop caring so much about what I think of me. The judgments, because I would judge myself so harshly. I had to be held up to a higher standard to everybody else. So when I slipped out, I would whip myself. No, it's not needed. It's not necessary. And so I say all of that because many people need this womb right now. They need the invitation. And once you've been in it, you don't need any more invitation. It's not in, your name's not on the list, you're not getting anything. This womb is there for you. Every time it shows up when you need it. It's there in waiting. And so with that being said, you can take this process further. Once you've done this a few times, or even the first time, if you feel equipped, you can light a candle and you can do some flame watching. A light within a darkened room, it's amazing how much light one candle can give off in a darkened room. Even that blows your mind when you're in a darkened room and you watch this candle and you think, wow, such a small flame can cause such a light, can cause such shadows on the wall. So imagine how much your flame can do, how much your passion, how much your drive can do, how much your creativity can do. So you can take this further by watching the flame dance. See what comes up in your mind's eye. See what comes up, what visions you see, what messages you get, and invite those messages in, because the messages from yourself to yourself. And it is a place that you get more skilled at it, your ancestors can reach you also. You can go into that womb and heal generational wounds. You can go into that womb and help your ancestors out by healing generational wounds that have been passed down to you. There's no end to the renewal within this womb. So I hope you go there. I hope you enjoy it there. I know you will. And you'll come out there with new visions and new perspectives about you expansive, beautiful soul. So that's the reading for the oracle cards for the 11th of October 2020. If you'd like a private reading with me, we'll go in deep into any of the questions, queries that you have. It's a parrot. She's making nicer noises today. I do spiritual guidance sessions, and I also do energy work sessions. So if you'd like to hit me up, you can hit me up at truedivinemedia@gmail.com, and you can get me at truedivine44 on Facebook. And I really appreciate all of the new clients that are coming to me. I appreciate you all more than you know. But I try to let you know just how much. And I appreciate all of the listeners for being here. Please leave a comment if you feel you can. There's nothing to hide here. I guarantee anybody being nasty in comments will be shut down by me pretty quick. So you can share if you feel brave enough and led to as to your experience when you go into this womb, to your experience when you listen to the guidance within this. I would love to hear what came up for you, what got let go of for you, and what seeds of potential you saw, because that truly does make me a happy girl when I hear about things like that, and people doing the most for themselves like that, the gift to themselves like that. So if you leave a comment, I'd much appreciate that too. Love you all. Let's make this day yours. Let's do everything you need to do to enjoy it, to be in bliss, to have fun, have laughter, put that frequency out there, that we will not sit down, we will not be in fear, we will continue to be expansive and creative, and we will continue to know the gift of renewal. So much love. Mwah.